It should then also start. There we go. YouTube started. YouTube is streaming, and then we just wait for X to start streaming because that's where I record them. And then we'll kick off for today. X to start streaming because that's where I record. Oh yes, let me get. And then we'll kick off for today. X to start streaming because that's where I record. Oh yes, streaming. And then we'll kick off for today. Alright, little background music going. Oh yes, streaming. And then we'll kick off for today. Alright, little background music going. Oh yes, streaming. Oh yeah. Alright, little background music going. Oh yes, streaming. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Should be up and running now. I need to unmute myself and then mute PumpFun. It's almost like I need a list of all the things that I need to do every time because there's so many things to get ready to be able to stream live on X, in Telegram, on YouTube, and PumpFun. Let's just check if we're live here on X and then we'll begin. Because it ended. That's not right. But it hasn't even started. What's going on? It says live. Very, very strange. Okay, not sure what's going on there. Just gonna have to schedule that again because we really need. There we go. We're live now. Okay, never mind. Cool, because I really want X to be running because it's the one where I record the streams the most. Yeah, it's the most useful for recording. Okay, everyone. Hi, welcome to day 34. Let me just get off this because it starts doing the infinite window. Day 34 of Upscalp, building in public for the PumpFun Hackathon. Yeah, really, really good day. So I'm going to give some updates about that, about the work that I got done today. I'm extremely happy with what I got done. Just for the heck of it, like I did yesterday, I'll throw the monitors up in the background because I actually need to check them anyway. Because I've just deployed. I've done some deploys for the dispatcher. Which is the tool that sends the signals to your devices, to your Telegram on your phone or in on desktop. Monitor, yeah, I'm just going to my monitor up because I actually need to check this because this is important. I've done a big deploy just a few minutes ago, so just make sure everything is running here. Okay, so this is our signal window. Let me see if I can set this up. Yeah, there we go. Set it up like that. And this. There we go. Yeah. And I put another monitor as well. Let's put another one here. I probably have to do it this way, do I? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And in this one, we'll just get the outcome checker running in that. Okay. Cool. Much, much better. Yeah, I like that. So basically, today was a very big day. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about guess what's going on in crypto, what's going on in AI development in particular, where I have my interest, and what's going on in the PumpFun Hackathon too, because there's been a few more winners this week. Impressive winners, to be fair. I think they were quite good. I'm very impressed with them. Let's see, can I go over with this? I can. So I just want to talk about where we're at. Bump this on to the top. Yeah, so very, very happy with today's work, to be honest. So what I focused on today was I've been talking a lot in the last week about scanner improvements, adaptive scoring scanning. That's going well. By the API bot testing for a beta release, going very well as well. So very happy with that. But I also have had a few other big pieces of work that I've been just waiting to get to. So right now, the scanner and the API bot, I've got testing running on them. I don't really need to be hands-on with it. They just work away. And what that means is that I have time to do some other work. So I had made improvements to the way that Upscalp sends signals to users a few weeks ago. And I had this phase 2 as well, signal delivery pipeline improvements phase 2. So it was like, get the first stage, the first phase of the improvements done, let it run for a few weeks, and then start work on the second phase. And I was working on that today, and I'm delighted. It went really, really well. So again, the whole point of this is to make sure that you get signals to your Telegram account as fast as possible, number one. as efficiently and effectively as possible, number two, but also as we expand and as we gain more users, that every user has the same experience. So in the very, very first version of sending, before even the phase one updates I did, what was happening was that the sender was sending out signals in sequence to each user. So, for example, the first user used to get the signals sooner than the last user. So it was very inefficient. So I completely overhauled that for the phase one that I did. Sorry, I should move that into testing actually. The phase one signal pipeline, signal delivery pipeline improvements, fixed that and turned it into like a separate process with a dispatcher basically. So the scan process and the dispatch process were completely separated then. And the second phase of that is to improve it even further so that when we do grow, I'll be able to create, say, additional delivery pipelines, basically the additional dispatchers, and scale it as we need it. So automatically scale it as more and more users come online for Upscalp, that will be able to deliver the same experience to them all, like a very repeatable, solid, efficient, effective process for delivering signals to all users equally, fairly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that was a big piece of work. I'm really delighted with how it's going today. So that's currently in testing, which is great. Absolutely delighted. Apart from that, then, yeah, it's just the usual. I check in with the API bot testing and the scanner testing as needed, once per day. Basically, I'm running them kind of on 24-hour tests at the moment, and just to make sure that they're working well and still delivering what we need them to deliver. Apart from that, I'm just, yeah, I have to say that the sunny weather here in Ireland is fantastic. Definitely making me feel better, giving me more energy, which is great, because I was really kind of hitting the wall, to be honest. I was starting to hit the wall and feel like burned out a bit, yeah, by the live streaming, by the constant development. So the bit of sun, the bit of energy in the air is brilliant, and just getting out with my dogs more in the sun, enjoying vitamin D, I guess, as well, definitely is helping. So I'm delighted that the weather has turned here, and it's fabulous. Going to really enjoy this weekend. But I think I'll probably still do a live stream tomorrow at some stage, even though it's the weekend, just to keep the streak going. It's very nice that we've only missed, I think, 2 days out of 34, because 2 days I didn't live stream, and then a third day we did the Azure DeFi space as well. This time last week, actually, around this time last week. So yeah, it's been really, really good. I'm absolutely delighted with the work this week. Great progress. Still on track, hopefully, to look for the premium holders group to have beta access to the API bot within the next week and a half is where I'm aiming. When it comes down to it at this point, like this close to a potential release time, it's really a question of, is it safe? Is it safe enough, I suppose, for minimum viable product, MVP. I saw another term this week that I really like, which is the next level of MVP. So MVP is minimal viable product. Basically means like a product that will work and do what it's supposed to, but it's not fancy in any way. It's got no frills. And I saw another version of that lately that I really liked, which is called minimal lovable product. So MLP, and the idea there is that it goes in beyond just having viability, that it's like user friendly, that it's effective, that it's nice for users to use, they want to use it on a regular basis. So that's where the lovable part comes in, and I think that's what I'd like for the API bot, to be honest, before we make anyone make it available to anyone rather. So we'll see if we can get to that stage. As I said, it's the premium holders of Upscalp who will get access to it first, the API bot. They are people who hold 0.5% of supply or 5 million tokens. They will get access to it first. I imagine for that group, I'll be very hands-on. Like, I'll have to give a lot of instruction and help, as we did with Upscalp itself, Upscalp Premium, when we started out doing beta. A long time ago now. The beta was back in November last year, long before the token launched. So I figure I'll have to be hands-on, and we'll have to give a lot of instruction, maybe do some videos for it as well to help people, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll probably have improvements to make based on more people using it. When it's only me using it, I see the things I want to fix and improve and make more user friendly. But then when you have more users, of course, you learn more things that would be useful to improve. So I'm really looking forward to that stage. It's a really good stage where you get some really good feedback from people, and then you get to implement it and make them happy, basically. So really looking forward to that. Apart from that, I was looking at the hackathon. Some really interesting high MC um, projects won this week. I think there was 2 announced, so we're up to 6. But halfway through the hackathon, I guess they're still leaning very heavily on AI. I think it's a bit samey in some ways. Like the projects do look quality, and obviously have quality to be at the market caps that they're at. But they do seem to be leaning very heavily on a fad, I think, which is the whole Claude AI. I am just not sure. I'm not really sure that these are going to have longevity, to be honest. They're into a fashionable market a bit. It just feels like the foundation of all of this OpenClaw and Claude powered stuff is a little bit rocky. As we've talked about quite a few times here before, the secureness of it is really debatable, to be perfectly honest. The reliability of it is extremely debatable, and the level of failures that people have had using OpenClaw integrated products, such as wiping hard drives, wiping email accounts, and things like that, just makes me feel that there's such a rocky foundation to it all. I'm still somewhat skeptical. As I spoke about in a stream earlier on in the week, what's much more likely, I think, is that the big players will start integrating elements of OpenClaw into them. So that'll be ChatGPT and Claude. I think spoke earlier in the week about how Claude have begun to integrate some OpenClaw style features into them. So we'll see. I think that's much more likely to be the direction that things go. And then where does that leave all the OpenClaw products, to be perfectly honest? I'd say out in the cold would be my perspective. I think when the likes of Claude has the features that compete directly with OpenClaw products, why would they allow OpenClaw products to use Claude? I think there'll be, as we saw, like Google has cracked down hard on people who used the Google Anti-Gravity product as part of their OpenClaw products. People getting their accounts deleted, their accounts completely shut down, because Google claiming that it's a misuse of the product, misuse of the Google AI plan credits that people get, because famously, for a few months anyway, Google AI plans was giving access to Opus models from Claude at a much cheaper price than Claude was offering them. So the OpenClaw people, because OpenClaw bots can be quite expensive to run, were gravitating towards anti-gravity. And Google identified this and were fully deleting people's accounts. So personally, I don't want to lose my Google accounts, so I've kept away from that. So we'll see. I just think it's fascinating that PumpFun have decided to give top prizes to two projects that included that style of AI in them, OpenClaw style. I just don't know about the longevity of it when the big players start to take the same features into their own products. I don't know where it's going to leave them stand, but those two products in particular have now got 250,000 to help them to move on into whatever the future brings. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Still pushing obviously very hard here. It looks like, fingers crossed, we might get the API bot out before the end of the hackathon, which would be fantastic, because hopefully that would augment the chances that we have of winning. I haven't really heard much about how they're judging, how they're scoring. Someone was asking me last week what happens next after you submit your application, and the answer is nothing, to be perfectly honest, and they were very surprised by that answer. There's no visibility at the moment from PumpFun on how it's working. All you see is that randomly on a certain day, someone wins. no transparency apart from that, unfortunately. So there isn't even really a schedule. It could go on for another 3 weeks. It could go on for 3 months. There's no indication of how long it's going to take. So we just have to wait and see. Keep grinding, keep building, and try and get the API bot out as soon as I can, as soon as it's safe and effective, and then start spreading the word about it. Because then we can really push when people are making money. Hopefully, fingers crossed with the API bot, when they're having successes and they're sharing them. I think then we can really push on with the marketing side as well. Fingers crossed. So that's where I'm at, basically. I'm just going to have a flick through all of the socials and let's see if there's anything. Oh yeah, I'll just say if anyone wants to join us on Telegram, this is the Upscalp, the address for the portal to get you into the Upscalp community. It's just t.me/Upscalp portal. It's probably where I'm most active. I do use X a lot, and I am in the we have an X community, but I don't think it's as active as the Telegram community, which is much more active. Let's just have a quick flick through and see if we have any questions. So nothing in the live chat there. Let's just have a look on X. Oh, I'm gonna have to close the monitors, I think, to be able to see that. Let's just shut them down so I can expand the window. Nothing there. Okay, that's fine. I'll just have a quick look on PumpFun, see if there are any questions there. No, just the usual spam, which is really annoying. PumpFun should really get rid of that. Very pointless spam. And oh, cool. Yeah, by the way, to say as well, we're at 23.4k. So this little ongoing push that we have, I'm just going to open the PumpFun chart for the heck of it while we're at it. We are going up gradually, like there is a trend, which is great. It's slow. We are going up gradually, like there is a trend, which is great. It's slow. Need to mute that. There we go. Just going to go down to the trend here. As we can see that there is a trend here. Like we are going.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Where are you speaking? Is it,
When is the
Lee. Hello.
Lee?
Hi. I was
You're
just
busy.
visiting up. Yeah, I can hear you. How are things?
When will is the next possible AMA, like the Azure DeFi?
Yes, I was hoping maybe next Wednesday. I need to check in with the space to see if I can get a place on it. Hopefully next Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you.
And when we get the API bot live, I'm gonna look for more. Fingers crossed we'll find more regular spaces to get on, because I'm friends with a bunch of people who host spaces, but I haven't asked them to go on the spaces yet, so I'm gonna start asking them if I can join their spaces as well. Oh, and thanks for the trading, the traders that you sent me. That's great. I got your top 15, so definitely will add them to my list.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm probably going to wrap it up there. Lee, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate your question, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another live stream. Yeah, hopefully with lots more updates, because generally on a Saturday I can get a lot of work done. But that's it for now. Thanks very much for joining. I really appreciate it if you're listening in afterwards, if you're watching the recording. Definitely appreciate that.